unemployment in Jamaica is a serious, serious issue. And the Labour Party is the only political party that understands the economy well enough to address the unemployment issue. You know, I was happy that these youngsters were trying, because many of them have given up, because the figure of unemployment is actually worse. But there are many teachers who have been sending out resumes for how long? Many people with college degrees who have been sending out resumes and walking looking for work, can't get any work, and they have become frustrated and have dropped out of the labor force. Some have gone into crime. Some are at home wasting away, and others are making babies. It's a serious problem, and our economy is just not keeping up with the demand for work. We must focus on building our economy. But the problem of unemployment is even deeper than that, because you have to pay attention to those people who are working only to pay bus fare. You know, I represent an inner city constituency. And as you know, I've been touring. And poverty in Jamaica is widespread. It's not just those who live in abject poverty, but there is a thing called the working poor. The working poor. I want to tell you the story of Shanna Lee, who lives in my constituency, who sells downtown on a little trolley, selling various dry goods, hustling. And what she earns is barely enough to keep her going. But she still do it because she have to send her child to school. Today, I want us as a political party to talk about the working class people who have been struggling to survive with no help, no attention, and no hope. Today, the Jamaica Labour Party must return to its roots. Today, the Labour Party must reclaim that support base that we have always stood for. Bustamante is the original champion of the poor of this country. The foundation of the Labour Party is the working class. Now, more than ever, Jamaica needs a champion for the poor and working class people of this country. Not one who will come kiss babies and say, I love you, I love you. Those babies are adults now because that has been going on for over 30 years. And they can't say that they have seen any substantial change in their circumstances. After 50 years of independence, with the resources that we have had and the opportunities that we have had, we should not today have anyone in Jamaica living in abject poverty. I believe, and I want you, the delegates, to appreciate me, what I am telling you. I believe that we can end abject poverty in Jamaica. And I am making it my mission. We will get power again. We will run this country again. And sooner than you think. And this time, we will focus on the important things. You know, the Jamaica Labour Party understands poverty in Jamaica. And that is why we introduced the tuition-free policy. The very political party that claimed that they love the poor fought against it and are presently trying to find ways to remove it. How you can claim to love the poor when you don't want them to get educated? Let me go back to Shanna Lee, because Shanna Lee pushing her cart downtown. What she get can't pay a school fee. And without that tuition support, Shanna Lee's daughter may not be able to go to school. And if Shanna Lee were to get sick, for that household it becomes a trade-off between health and education. And I hear them trying to set up a discussion that the free healthcare policy should be repealed. Well, let me just put everybody on notice. It is the entitlement of a government to review and review and review. But after you review, make sure that you don't take away the people's benefit, because that is when you would disturb Labour Party beehive. For 4.5 years, the last GLP government spent $71.4 billion on social protection. In fact, we doubled our budget in 4 years on expenditure for the poor and vulnerable and our children. Even during a recession, we increased our spending on protecting the poor and vulnerable in this country. To date, that is the highest level of expenditure by any government in this country on the poor and on our children. Most of the funds went into the PATH program, went into the school feeding program to make sure that our children could stay in school. And we did this at a time when we were experiencing significant external shocks from the worst recession in 80 years. Who really loves and cares for the poor? But when I took over as Prime Minister, one of the next programs I wanted to do, and right away, was to reform and improve the PATH program. The PATH program is a good concept, but it has some administrative weaknesses, which I believe that if we introduce some technology and we place some more resources and we change the beneficiary identification criteria, we could get more people on the PATH program. Everywhere I go, I meet persons who say to me, here is my condition, and when they lay it out, it matches what the PATH officers are looking for. And some of them say, we go and we register, sir, but we can't get through on the program. So what I wanted to do right away, if we had won the election, is to improve the PATH program. Right now you have about 350,000 persons on the PATH program. I would have increased that to match the poverty rate and bring that up to 500,000 persons. By improving that program, you would have started to deal with abject poverty in Jamaica. But I would also have done something else. There is a growing pool of youngsters. They are just turning 18. They can't find work. They can't get attached to anything. They are just floating around in the society. And what I did as Minister of Education was to introduce the Career Advancement Program. That would capture those youngsters and bring them into a program that would give them a second chance. Now, I'm a firm believer that you must do it right the first time. But we cannot discard our people. We have to give them another chance. And I was prepared to expand our social safety net on a conditional basis, that if they go unregistered in the CAP program or in any other post-secondary program and they meet the criteria for the PATH program, that they could get PATH benefits directly. It is better that you pay them to stay in school than you pay them with maternity assistance. It is better that you pay them to stay in school than you pay policemen to keep them in jail. It is better that you pay them to stay in school and develop skills than you have them in the community for the devil to find work for their highlands. And now I hear talk that they want to review the CAP program. Well, I said to them, review all you want, but at the end of the review, make sure that the young people have an opportunity to build their lives and develop skills and become good citizens of this country. So, I want to give you a preview of what would have happened had we won the election. Right away, we would have addressed the issue of poverty in this country. Not in a I love you way, but in a serious, focused, and planned way. And let me say it another way. When we become the government, we are going to introduce comprehensive reform of the social protection programs of this country to make sure that the poor are adequately provided for. But labor rights, I want you to understand that a social protection program alone is not enough to end poverty. A social protection program alone is not enough to create employment in this country. To truly tackle the problems of this country, we need to fix our economy. We need to get our economy back on track. The real problem is political will. When we engaged with the IMF, we took some bold steps. We divested loss-making enterprises such as Air Jamaica and the sugar factories. We engaged what is called fiscal consolidation. What that mean? It means that we cut public spending, particularly on infrastructure. We executed a seamless debt exchange, so much so to the point that the Economist magazine recommended it to other countries and the IMF. So when I hear fool talk about we broke it, we fix what you mash up in 18 years. You're brazen and bold-faced to come about break it. What you mash up in 18 years is going to take more than 4 years to repair. We, a government with a slim majority, braved it and faced the country and did what was necessary. We paid a political price. We made a political sacrifice, and now they have it and they are squandering it. We did what was necessary, and we did not consider the implications because we were considering what was in the best interest of the country. When I received the handle of government, I was very much seized of the problems we face. There are those who said we should have waited. Can you imagine if it was the Labour Party waiting out now? Listen, the problems that we face are deep and require urgent action. And as an opposition, again, it is we who have to make the political sacrifice. Because we're not going out there to be anybody's nightmare. We're not going out there to block roads. We are the ones who have to be behaving maturely. We are the ones who have to be saying, listen, we need to get this IMF deal. We are the ones who have to behave as the progressive leaders of this country. Because this government, either them don't know what they're doing or them don't want to do what they're supposed to do. I can stand here today and I can talk my mind because I spoke the truth. I never tell nobody no lie. I never make no promise. We knew what was coming, and I never wanted to surprise nobody. I was prepared to face the people of this country and have a discussion with them and say, listen, you're running and you're running and you're running, but hear what happened now. The longer you postpone it, the worse it becomes. Make we do it now. Listen, if we were the government today, we would not have waited until the existing IMF deal expired. When they took over this country, they had 5 months remaining on the IMF deal. There was no confidence issue. The dollar had started to tick a little bit. But if the government had acted to restore confidence in the market by doing what was necessary to show the IMF that they are serious about structural reforms, the dollar wouldn't be moving as it is now. Instead, they decided to make the deal run out. And as soon as the deal run out, people overseas start to say, but wait, I wonder what's happening in Jamaica. I wonder if Jamaica can pay its bills. And as soon as that starts to happen, business people in Jamaica say, boy, I have to make sure that I can pay my bills. So that starts to drive demand. And the longer the uncertainty continues, the greater the risk to our economy. The government must act now. You know what upsets me? And I want to say it this way. Let me say it this way. Let me cool down a little bit. Let me say it this way. The present minister says an IMF deal is entirely possible by December. Watch me now. (2012). Like all well-thinking Jamaicans, every Labourite in here wants to see an IMF deal signed and sealed as soon as possible. We don't want our country to mash up. And when we talk, it's not bad mind or politics. It is because we have a duty to keep the government on a straight and narrow path. And nobody is going to silence us from making our points in a dignified way, in a responsible way, and in a respectful way. We understand the delicate nature of the financial markets, but we have to balance that with the needs of our people who are impatient of policies that have only served to impoverish them. So I am not going to stand here and be quiet. We're going to have to make some noise. The longer the situation remains, as Audley points out, the financial analysts and news reporters will start to speculate. For the first time, the word default has come on the international level, describing a potential situation in Jamaica. If that is not cause for the opposition to become alerted to make sure that never happens, then I don't know what would be cause. As we are the opposition, we have a duty to protect Jamaica, even if the government is not. We also hear that the government is trying to wait for the best IMF deal. Now that is the one that baffles me. What is this best deal? And what is the trade-off? How long will you wait for this best deal to come while the economy collapses? And will this best deal be enough to rescue a collapsed economy? All now I can know what are the parameters and the definitions and the preconditions of a best deal. So what that now? If you don't get the best deal, that means you're not going to take an IMF deal. You need to tell the nation what you are asking of the IMF. And I want to know, does this best deal actually treat with the structural reforms that are necessary to restore our economy? Or does it just kick the problem into the future for our next generation, 50 years to come, to address it? I want you to understand my labor rights because you have to carry back the message. I don't believe in carrying out the needed reforms because the IMF says so. I believe that this is an independent country politically. And we must be mature enough to know what is necessary to be done and get on with it. It hurts me, because it's the same people who talk about completing political independence. Want to distract us with all kinds of things, CCJ and Queen, completing our political independence. Well, hear me now. The only way that we are going to become truly politically independent is when we are economically independent. You can't talk about political independence when you are there groveling trying to get IMF deal. That is not independence. Fix the economy, get people back to work, get people incomes, and then you talk about independence, because it is only when you can stand with the nations of the world, shoulder to shoulder, showing your economic and social development, then you can talk about independence. That is why Bustamante decided that we would take this kind of independence where we would not suborn our sovereignty to any other political organization. That is what we meant by independence, that we would have built an economy that would make us strong and independent in the world. That dream was destroyed by the People's National Party. Taking the country off on an escapade of a frolic, and now we are still suffering from it. 50 years have passed, and those people who did it, that generation, is still around. Well, it's my time now. My generation now. We're going to fix it now. My generation now. We must stand up and take charge of our country and build our country. No more foolishness. No more idleness. Our country, we must build it. I am sick and tired of them. They must go. They must go. They must go. They come to us. They come to us with Jeep. They come to us with Jeep. Jeep has only hired maximum 15,000 people. And when you hire you, them not pay you. Remember what I said. There are 160,000 people as at July 2012 who are unemployed. What is 15,000 people working for 3 weeks and have to wait 3 months to get their pay? 3 days. That cannot solve the problems of this country. Let me tell you something. You see Christophe down there? If we were in power today, we would have sealed the deal with Convergys, one of the largest business process outsourcing companies in the world. That would have brought 5,000 new jobs to Jamaica for young people and old people to work and earn a salary that they could use to pay for their picnic to go to school and mortgage and save and leave some for the generation to come. That is what would have happened had we been the government. Anybody hear anything about Convergys since them win? Where that job gone? It's certainly not in Jeep. I want you to listen to me. We have to build our economy so we can create jobs for our people. That's the only way to do it. We have to build our economy so we can remove poverty from our midst. That's the only way to do it. Every time I remember my friend from the Prime Minister's constituency jumping up and down, Lord, me glad. We can't eat, we tired of chicken back. PMP wins so we can now eat oxtail and curry mutton. How disappointed she must feel that since PMP win, the chicken back growing again and fly gone. And any dreams that they had of oxtail and mutton, those dreams fast gone. No more of that. No more of that. I want the people of this country to understand that there are consequences for actions. We respect the right of the people to choose. And we have to get our business organized. When the people call on us again, we are ready. But there are consequences for bad decisions. Our mission as delegates of this party, our mission is to ensure the economic independence of Jamaica. That is the mission of the Jamaica Labour Party. Once we do that, we don't believe in any trickle-down theory. We don't believe that because there is economic growth that people are going to actually benefit. We are an activist social party. So we put in place policies to ensure that while the economy is growing, the people are benefiting from the growth in the economy. That is the definition of the Jamaica Labour Party. The theme of our conference today is vision, focus, build, connect. And, you know, I don't have to tell you more about the vision. You know the vision. We want every Jamaican to have a job. Even if they don't want to work. We want them to have a job because we are Jamaica's Labour Party. We want every child to have a space in a good school for more than 5 years. And if they want to go to university, we must make the provisions for them to go to university. We want you to be able to drive on your local road without dropping into pothole. Can you imagine a Jamaica like that? You know the vision very well. We want to end poverty in Jamaica. And we can do it. And we will do it. But we have a challenge. We have a challenge. And the challenge is for us Laborites here, to remain focused on our theme. The reason why I call the delegates together, and I know there are some persons who say, bring everybody and make we have a big party again. But I would not have been able to communicate these ideas to you. The purpose of this is to connect with you and set the tone for the base. We are the modern progressive party for Jamaica. We must remain focused. And we must understand that the party is not here to serve the interest of its leaders. The party is here to serve your interests and the people of this country. And we must never lose sight of that. Because sometimes the leaders tend to believe that it is about them. And they are hurt, and they're this, and they're that, and they run off and do their thing. No more of that! No more of that! No more of that! This is one party, and I have taken a year. And I have been very accommodating. I have tried to build consensus. I have worked with everyone. I have embraced everyone. But now is work time. And those who have an issue, leave. Like you, the delegates of this party, I am sick and tired of those selfish people who think that this party is here to serve them. No, the party is here to serve you. I want you to know that as party leader, my sole focus is on you and the people of Jamaica. Ask my wife. When I go home, I not stop think and talk about the issues that face the people of Jamaica. I'm not talking about me and what I want and who hurt me and them foolishness there. I am focused on the people and their needs. And I am asking you, the delegates, to remain focused on me. Remain focused on me. I am looking at you, and you are looking at me. Sideshows don't matter. Circuses don't matter. We have a connection. We have a good thing going. We will build back the party, and we will take back the country. Fire! Many persons felt that we couldn't pull this off. Many of them felt that we couldn't pull it off. Look at us now. Look at us now. I had faith in you, the delegates of this party, and it is in you that I place my trust and my faith. And I want to accept and thank you for nominating me and confirming me as leader of this great party for a second year. The third word in our theme is build. And what do we mean by build? Build is about taking the vision and turning it into reality. To do that, we need a secretariat that will go on the road and work. I'm not going to leave them alone, because I believe that as a new leader, I have a duty to know every nook and cranny, and every delegate and every worker of this party must see me, feel me, or shake my hand, or get access to me. So I will also be on the road working seamlessly with the secretariat to build a strong and robust political organization. I want you to understand that I am not going to start campaigning 6 months before an election. The campaign starts now. The last word in the theme is connect. The majority of the Jamaican people share the core fundamental beliefs of this party. Independent spirit. It is Jamaica Labour Party that defended our independence. And the majority of Jamaicans are independent, proud people. a patriotic Jamaica first ethos. We are the ones that say Jamaica first. The other people say federation and political union and other things first. But we say Jamaica first. And I want it to be understood that a weak Jamaica does not make a strong CARICOM. The philosophy of the Jamaica Labour Party is to strengthen its country first so that it can adequately play its role with its neighbors and partners. We are the party that believe in industry, creativity, and free enterprise. And the majority of Jamaicans believe in that. We are the party that believe in equal rights and justice and opportunities for all. We are the party that has a firm belief in law, order, discipline, and integrity. This is what all well-thinking Jamaicans believe. And this is what the Jamaica Labour Party believes in. We must remove those distractions from around us that distort our message so that the true Labour Party can come shining through to the people of this great country. I am confident that we can do it. I am confident that we will succeed. I so badly want to grow my country, and I so badly want my country to become economically independent. And I am determined to have the Labour Party ready and fully mobilized for the next election. I want to leave you with a thought. You know, every time challenges arise, somehow I get a sign that reminds me of what is important and keeps me motivated. Just after Hurricane Sandy, I toured my constituency and visited Shanna Lee's home. You remember Shanna Lee? She's selling the market. She have a little baby. She's part of the working poor. The storm had damaged her already leaky roof. And she invited me to come into her one-bedroom to show me the damage. And inside the room were pots and pans and pails and cups all over, on the bed, all over, on the little stove that was in the corner, everywhere, catching water. But on the bed also was her little daughter, reading her grade 4 book, preparing for her grade 4 literacy test. That reminded me of why I am in politics. There are many Jamaicans like Shanna Lee and her daughter who are fighting against the odds to succeed and lift themselves. And that is my purpose in life, to help them. That is your purpose as a political party, as a delegate, as a worker. To help people. It's about people. It's not about you and what you want. It's about the people that we serve. God help me. I'm not going to let people distract me from doing the right thing. My eyes are on Shanna Lee and her daughter because I know that the sacrifices that they are making, they will succeed. And if I am able to help them, they will succeed even more. Shanna Lee and her daughter is depending on us to get our act together and quickly. We will not fail Shanna Lee. Labor rights, it was a pleasure talking to you. My spirit is lifted, and I am sure yours is too. Let us go from here, a united party, back into every corner of Jamaica with the message that there is hope, that we can fix our economy and build a just and fair and equitable society. Let us, as labor rights, join hands and commit ourselves once more to the people of Jamaica. Labor rights, I love you. Thank you for listening to me, and may God bless you.